Well, recreational marijuana was legalized in New York State back in March of 2021, but state police are concerned that people, especially drivers, still don't know the rules of the road. 2 on Your Side's Kelly Dudzik spoke with the state police drug recognition expert about how they're able to tell if someone might be driving high in this 2 on Your Side original.
DWI is the leading cause of all our traffic fatalities. So that being said, whether it's alcohol or drugs, that's a big deal.
And with marijuana now legal in New York, state police say they're still seeing people who don't know what the laws are when it comes to driving.
Do you think people are still unfamiliar with how marijuana falls under these laws?
Absolutely, and they think just because it's legalized, that means they can actually drive and use it at the same time. That's not the case.
Trooper James O'Callahan says the majority of DWI arrests made by state police in Western New York are alcohol related. The year before marijuana became legal, about 22% of DWI arrests were drug related. That number jumped to 31% when marijuana became legal, but dropped back down to 22% last year. Those drug-related DWI arrests include other drugs, and there's no way of determining how many of those arrests were marijuana-related. In January, Trooper Joseph Sparacino had someone pulled over when another car almost hit him.
Dude, what's going on, man?
Look again. You can see him in the reflection turn as the car speeds towards him.
I looked back and I noticed that the car wasn't slowing down, it wasn't moving over.
Sparacino is also a drug recognition expert, or DRE. He says that driver was arrested on suspicion of drug-related DWI and that he used his training as a DRE to make the arrest.
It is 2 weeks classroom, 1 week proficiency, and then my job is if somebody makes a DWI arrest by drugs, they'll call me out. I'll do what's called the 12-step process evaluation on that person. And then at the end of it, the evaluation, I'll look at the totality of the evaluation itself and determine which of the 7 drug categories that subject is under the influence of.
Those 7 drug categories include central nervous system depressants, central nervous system stimulants, hallucinogens, drugs like PCP, opioids, inhalants, and cannabis. Sparacino is one of 432 DREs in the state.
And then I'll go into a medical assessment to make sure that the impairment that we're looking at is not medically related, so like a pre-existing condition. And then I'll do some eye examinations and then to divided attention test, which consists of standardized field sobriety tests as well as other tests.
He says that process can take anywhere from a half hour to 3 hours.
What level of certainty do you have that someone's driving high?
I'd say our level of certainty is very certain. I mean, we were trained, we have extensive training in the matter. We're trained on, we received training on all 7 drug categories. The person could feel fine and think they're okay to drive, but when we do our evaluation, we'll find impairment and that could land them a charge.
The state has plans to increase the number of DREs with funding from the Office of Cannabis Management. With more training classes, the DMV plans to boost the number of DREs in the state to 550. In Lockport, Kelly Dudzik, Channel 2 News.